Help me understand. Muhammad's wives are the mothers of the believers. Is Muhammad a believer?
Muhammad is a believer.
So his wives are also his mothers.
Is
That right there is a contradiction.
Give me a second.
A Muslim, according to the Quran, is somebody who believes in Allah on the last day. So, for example, does Allah himself believe in himself?
God make a rock so heavy can't pick up.
Allah can, yes. Does Allah weigh anything?
Allah's material.
So why does he have a throne that's material? So I'm gonna pull you guys up a little hadith that talks about Muhammad, but in a very interesting manner. So, by the way, there is a fatwa that commands that if anybody claims that Muhammad is black,
What will happen?
you
He
put
was
it.
dark, you crazy. Of course he was black. You crazy man. Muhammad was dark. He was dark like me. Dark like him. He dark, very dark.
Show me that in the hadith, please.
He was
Like,
dark.
he
He
knows
was
nothing.
white.
All right.
I'll be honest, this guy's a jahil. If you know what jahil
Your
means.
Jesus was white.
You're a jahil.
Even
He knows
Jesus
nothing
was
about
dark.
You're a jahil.
I'll be
You're a
honest.
jahil.
But here's the thing. He was a medium height amongst the people, neither tall nor short. He had a rosy color. What does rosy mean? How does a rose look like? What color is a rose?
Red normally.
Red, but here's the hadith was what? It said a red man and a black man, yes? So when it's talking about a red man, what is it talking about? Tell me, what is it talking about? An Arab man and a non-Arab.
So that's
A
not
white man
helping
and a
you
black
because white people routinely turn red under certain circumstances. So that's not helping you. Now, let me
just said a white man
help
turns
you.
red. You just said
Sahih al-Bukhari, number 63. While we were sitting with the prophets in the mosque, a man came riding on a camel. He made his camel kneel down in the mosque, tied its foreleg and said, "Who amongst you is Muhammad?" At the time, the prophet was sitting amongst us, his companions, leaning on his arm. We replied, "The white man reclining on his arm."
Did I disagree
So-
with his wife? Did I disagree with his wife?
So, wait a second. So, Muhammad's white.
Yeah, he's white with the
Okay,
protection.
all right. So, Muhammad is white. Your religion tells you to submit to Muhammad in all.
Submit.
Submit to Muhammad.
Submit. What does Muslim mean?
So, hold
does
on.
Muslim mean?
Okay.
Muslim mean?
Muslim means submission. Now.
To what?
No.
So-
So, submission in general.
To Muslim in general.
Oh, actually, sorry. My apologies. Let me take 2 steps back. So, Islam means submission. A Muslim is one who submits.
To who?
Not to a who. Simply submission.
Submit to?
Now, don't forget, your Quran tells you that you're not a Muslim.
Okay.
Not if you submit to Allah.
Quran doesn't tell me I'm not Muslim.
No. Listen very carefully. Your Quran will tell you that you, my lovely friend, are not a Muslim if you do not submit to Muhammad and every direction that he gives you.
Submit
Okay?
is not the right word.
That's
Listen
what
to
your
the statement
Quran
word.
says.
That isn't.
That's what your Quran
It's not
says.
submit.
It says 2 more
Pull up
things.
the verse, pull up the verse.
No worries.
Pull up the verse.
I'll get you all 3.
Let's give
Secondly, if your wife wants to give herself to Muhammad without your consent, my friend, you automatically divorce her and let her go to Muhammad. The Quran says that. Number 3, Muhammad has more rights. Muhammad has more rights to you than your own self. What on earth does that mean? A man who is no longer alive has more right to you than your own self? What does that mean?
Allah, I'm not sure about the
Okay. No.
So,
This is in the Quran. It's all in the Quran.
Okay, pull up the
Okay?
hadith. Pull up the verses.
So,
That's it.
before I pull them up, it appears that in his religion, a white man wants you to do 3 things. Give him your wife without any protest from you. Listen to everything he says with no recompense whatsoever.
Yes.
And has more right to you than you do to yourself.
I'm not sure about that for sure.
That's insane. Now,
Just give the hadith.
let's
Give the Quran verse.
nope.
Give the
These are Quran verses, baby. These are Quran verses. Let's do them one by one. Let's start with the Prophet having more right to you than your own self. And you know you can read it as well, so you can read through this.
Okay.
No worries. I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't done a debate in like a couple of weeks. Alrighty. First one.
Surah Al-Hijab.
If you go to Surah 33, Ayah 6. Go for it.
Oh, it's right on the phone.
All right, fine. Well, it says the following. The Sahih International reads as follows. The Prophet is more worthy of the believers than themselves, and his wives are their mothers.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Muhammad is more worthy to you than you are to your own
Read the
self.
verse again. Read
You
the verse.
do it. Here you go. There you go.
The Prophet is more worthy of the believers than themselves. Do you want to go to tafsir?
Go do whatever you like. Do whatever you like. But the problem remains that you are supposedly, somebody has more authority over you than you do your own self. Go for it.
Allah tells us that how his messenger is merciful and sincere towards his ummah, and how he is closer to them than they are to themselves. Does that mean that he is?
So the word in the Arabic is not closer. So he's lying to
You're
you.
telling me that the tafsir is wrong.
Yes, because the word used is
Now we
not
have a Christian
closer.
that's better than the tafsir, man.
Well, yeah, that's very easy. Because the word used isn't
So, okay,
closer.
let's go to another one.
Go for it. The word that's used in the Quran verse is not closer. And even if it was closer, how would Muhammad be nearer to you than you are to yourself?
It is closer, right?
Nope.
Awliya.
What?
It's awliya.
The Prophet is more worthy to the believers than their own self. How can
You said worthy.
more worthy? As you can see, look at it right here.
Worthy.
Science International. So,
So the word you said is closer.
even if I went with closer, how is it possible for another person to be closer to you than you are to your own self? How is that possible?
Allahu A'lam. I don't know about this verse.
Okay, that's number one.
Cool.
Let me show you the one
agree
way.
with you. I'm not rejecting you. I agree with
You
you.
agree that Muhammad is closer or more worthy to you than you are to yourself.
Muhammad is the best of mu'mins and the best of Muslims. Yes.
So why does that mean that he basically is closer to you than you are to yourself?
Allahu A'lam. I don't know the context of the verse, but I argue it.
Maybe don't agree with something you don't understand.
Because here's the thing, as a Muslim, you're supposed to believe that the Qur'an is Kalam Allah, and the Kalam Allah is no contradictions, no mistakes. So if I reject something in the Qur'an, I would not be a Muslim anymore. And
Maybe
reject anything
you
in the
shouldn't
Bible,
be a Muslim because
Why
there
would I not
are
be a Muslim?
contradictions in the Quran. How about
I
that?
can't find the contradictions in the Quran, but I can find the contradictions in the Bible.
So, for example, if I said, you said there is no contradiction in the Quran,
Yeah, no
right?
contradictions.
Okay, so it says here that the wives of Muhammad are the mothers of the believers.
Yes. Mu'mineen.
Is Muhammad a believer?
Huh?
Is Muhammad a believer?
Muhammad is a believer, they're his wives.
So, but no, is Muhammad a believer?
Yes.
So Muhammad's wives are the mothers of the believers.
This is a terrible
So
contradiction.
is Muhammad's wife his mother?
This is a terrible contradiction.
Okay, well,
Terrible.
help me understand. Muhammad's wives are the mothers of the believers. Is Muhammad a believer?
Muhammad is a believer.
So his wives are also his mothers.
You know, you're telling me now that, for example, Jesus, okay, in our Isa alayhi salam,
You said
is
there
no-
was
is
no
Isa-
contradiction
is his
in the
wives-
Quran.
is
That
the-
right there is a contradiction.
Give me a second. So is the wife, for example, is the wives of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam the mothers of Isa alayhi salam?
Isa is not a Muslim.
So you use the Muslim name for Isa, but you're saying he's not a Muslim.
Isa is not a Muslim.
Okay, how did Isa pray?
With his eyes to the sky and to his father.
So he didn't pray with his head on the floor?
He
about when
prayed
he
in
lost the cup?
various positions,
Various
but
positions. Various positions.
it still stands to reason. There's a contradiction in the Quran relating to the fact that the Quran claims that Muhammad's wives are the mothers of the believers, and Muhammad himself is a believer, meaning that Muhammad's wives are also his mothers. However, in Surah 4, 23 and 24,
let's ask
you
Abraham.
can't marry your mother.
Let's ask Abraham.
Who's
How
Ibrahim?
about Abraham?
Who's Ibrahim?
Abraham.
What about him?
Is he now, for example, he's a believer? Yes, he believes in
He's
God.
not a Muslim.
Oh my days.
He's
So
not a
you're
Muslim.
appealing to
Muslims are strictly a religion that sprang up in the 7th century in Arabia and no place
What's
else.
the meaning of a Muslim?
You can.
What's the meaning of a Muslim?
The Muslim is
You already know
simply
somebody
one
to
who
submit
submits.
to God.
No, that doesn't
Oh,
work.
God.
For example, imagine if I told you this: a Christian is somebody that believes that Christ is the Messiah. Muhammad believes that Christ is the Messiah, therefore he's a Christian. It doesn't work that way, my friend. I'm sorry. You're playing word games.
So Muslim means the one who submits to the will of God.
No,
What
it
is
does
Abraham
not mean that. It
I mean, it's
simply
coming
means
from Google
one
right
that
now.
submits.
It's coming from Google right now.
Yeah, but where's Google taking it from?
Slim,
It's
which means
taking it from
submission.
getbug.edu, my friend.
Okay, cool. Let's go to another one then. Muslims. Do you want to go to Wikipedia? Or do you want to go to the Cambridge Dictionary?
Go to wherever you like.
But you said-
The
but you said-
definition
I
is
want to hear.
taken from somewhere
I want
else,
to hear. I
and
want
a
to hear.
Muslim is simply
You said
one that
anybody you like.
submits.
Here it's saying one who submits to the will of God. And as a Muslim, I know.
No, because that doesn't count. For example,
It
if
doesn't count.
It doesn't count that way.
So let's go to the Quran. How about that?
Well,
Let's go to the Quran.
a Muslim, according to the Quran, is somebody who believes in Allah on the last day. So, for example, does Allah himself believe in himself? Hold on a second. Does Allah believe in himself? My friend,
Why are you asking me a stupid question?
my friend,
Why are you asking
if a Muslim, according to the Quran, is somebody who believes in Allah on the last day, does Allah believe in himself? My friend,
Brother,
what
this is a
happens?
Very stupid question. Very stupid question.
My friends, does Allah believe in himself?
You can clearly see me look at myself.
Okay, fine.
Like creepy, smiling in my face.
Take your time, because I can play word games too. If a Muslim is somebody that believes in Allah on the last day, Allah also believes in himself on the last day. Therefore, Allah is a Muslim. I can play word games too, so that's not an issue.
He's playing word games. I mean, this is literally the meaning of the word.
You're saying that a Muslim is somebody that submits to God. Therefore, whoever submits to God is a Muslim. That doesn't work, my friend. I'm sorry. That's
One
literally,
God, to one God.
that's a logical fallacy. I'm sorry. That's what you call affirming the consequence.
So it says.
Because a Satanist can submit to a single God. That would make them Muslim. So can a Zoroastrian and a Mormon.
Abraham, it's kind of funny too.
What?
Okay, so we're strive for the cause of Allah in the way He is, the way He deserves. For it is He who has chosen you and laid upon you no hardship in the religion, the way of your forefather Abraham. It is Allah who named you the ones who submit in the earliest scriptures and in the and in this Quran so the messages may be a witness over you and that you may be a witness over humanity. So.
What's that meant to be, my friend?
Muslim, the ones who submit to God.
Okay,
Abraham.
so a Muslim is somebody that submits to God. Does Allah submit to himself?
Why would Allah submit to himself?
He doesn't? So Allah rebels against himself.
How would he rebel against himself?
Okay, so he submits to himself,
You're
right?
basically saying, can I pray to myself?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Hold on, does Allah submit to himself? Because don't forget, you guys will tell me that Allah does things that befit His Majesty.
I'll give you the question like you can ask me.
No,
Does Jesus pray to himself?
I prefer.
Does Jesus pray to himself?
No, he doesn't. No, not himself. No.
When Jesus prays to the Father, he's not praying to himself?
The Father is not himself. No.
So the Father is not him?
No.
Are they all one God?
They are one God in that they are one essence, but there are three distinct persons.
Oh, there's three distinct persons.
Yes.
How are they distinct?
They're distinct via relation.
Via relations, relational attributes, correct?
Sorry?
The relational attributes, correct?
That is one way that they're distinct, sure.
Okay, so then the relational attributes, one way.
That's one
So
way.
there's other ways. What
Yeah.
ways? What ways?
By means of procession. For example, the Father is the on cause. The Son is the one that proceeds from the Father.
Doing is,
But hold on, hold
the
on.
relational attributes, being eternally begotten, unbegotten, and proceeds forth, right? These are the relational attributes I'm talking about.
Yeah, but being
wait.
being begotten is a procession. So it's like effectively this is all like surface level stuff with Trinity. But my point still remains
Surface
that
level.
yes, it's very surface level.
But you're still asking.
My
your
point still
question
remains.
is-
Does Allah believe in Himself?
Your question is does God pray to himself?
That was my question, and
That's
I never
basically
asked
your
that.
question. Does God pray to himself?
I never asked that question.
Does God submit to himself?
Yes,
You're saying does God pray to himself?
that's so basically submission isn't tantamount to prayer.
So submission, what is what? What is submission?
Submission simply just means bringing yourself under someone's authority. So does Allah bring Himself under His own authority?
So how does that make sense?
I'm asking you a question.
How does that make sense?
I'm asking you a question, and you can either tell me a yes or a no, or try
You're
and.
trying to put me into a false dichotomy, which basically
Okay.
is not going to work. It's not gonna
Hold
work.
on a second. You guys will tell me that Allah only does things that befit His Majesty, right?
That is a contradiction to perfection.
But
yeah.
by befitting His Majesty, are you literally not telling me that He is submitting Himself to very confined parameters of what He can and cannot do?
It wouldn't be confined parameters because it would be something that's contradictory to his perfection.
Okay.
The thing His Majesty is just another way of saying he's not going to do something that's going to contradict his perfection.
Okay, so for example, having a son. How does having a son contradict the person of Allah?
Because he's basically saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can have offspring and he's like his creation. And in Surah Al-Ikhlas, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. He does not beget nor is he born first, that's contradicting the Qur'an as going against his kalam way. And another one would be that saying Allah is mimicking his finite creation. Because having offspring is an attribute of something that's finite. The only reason we have offspring is because we are finite. You understand that, right?
We have offspring
Because we are
because we're finite.
Yes.
Rocks are finite. Do they have offspring?
rocks are finite.
Do they have offspring?
No, they don't have offspring.
Okay, so your first point is wrong then.
Okay, in the terms of when we're talking about finite, we're talking about we're going to die. You know what I'm saying? Like we're mortal.
Well, no,
We're mortal.
finite doesn't mean you're gonna die. Finite means that you're created and you have an end.
Yes, and you have an end.
Well,
That's basically
rocks
me
aren't
saying
immortal, in case you didn't know that.
Are they alive?
They don't have to be alive to be a thing that's
I'm not
created.
saying finite. Cool. You know, if you want to
Okay.
fix it on my semantics, so I'll reword it and I'll say mortal. And you can stop that creepy smile because it's kind of annoying. So
Don't
first of
cry,
all-
my friend.
I'm not crying. It's just you're just smiling.
You want me to frown at you instead?
No, just kind of close your mouth.
Nah, it's okay. I'll smile because I'm happy. Because you are burying yourself in Islam. But carry on, my friend. Carry on.
Cool. So when it comes to the semantics that you were talking about, I'll reword it and I'll say mortal. When something has offspring, okay, it is mortal, correct? You agree with that?
No, not necessarily, no.
Explain to me how not.
So, for example, you're limiting the scope by which something can have offspring. Sure, certainly, rational creatures like human beings and even animalistic creatures have offspring through procreation. But is that the only way to have offspring? What about through procession?
Give me an example.
Like you have with the father and the son. The son is the procession of
That is
the
not
father.
Trinity. That is not the
Sorry?
Trinity. That is
Sorry?
not- give me an example that is not the Trinity.
Well, I don't have to. Because I can give you... Wait, hold on.
Don't give me an example that's not the Trinity.
Just
Where it exists, yeah?
justify why I have to give you an example that is not the Trinity. Justify that for me. You can't.
Because you're basically saying, right, this exists and this is real, and you can have offspring through procession, but then you're not giving the example within reality as how procession actually exists.
I'm sorry, does Allah function only within reality?
Allah does not function only within
Okay,
reality.
so I don't have to give you... Perfect.
But then I can
So
explain to
for
you
the
how God
subject
exists
of Allah...
using reality.
Hold on a second. For the subject of Allah, I don't have to give you a manner bound by reality which Allah can have offspring. So again, you told me earlier, Allah submits to himself stroke.
Nobody said that.
Well, that's essentially what you admitted. But Allah submits to... Let me finish. Let me finish.
When did I ever say
Let me
Allah
finish.
submits himself?
Let me finish. Allah submits to himself in as much so
You could have
as...
said that if you want to show.
Let me finish. Allah submits to himself in as much as Allah supposedly does not do anything that is outside of his perfections. I asked you the question. I asked you the
Allah
question.
be submitting himself.
It would be, because he doesn't rebel against himself, so he submits. So, I asked you a question.
Himself or his attributes, his essential attributes.
Sorry?
Rebelling against himself would not be not doing his contradictions to his attributes. For example, God make a rock so heavy you can't pick up.
Allah can, yes. Sahih Muslim 179a.
Yo, Sahih Muslim what?
179a. Allah has a veil so powerful that he can't penetrate its magnitude. So Allah literally made something that's Sahih Muslim 179a.
179.
Allah made a veil so powerful that he can't break it.
1798, right?
That's correct. 179a.
A.
A.
179.
Yes. So Allah indeed can make a rock so heavy he can't lift, because he made a veil so powerful he can't penetrate it. So Allah is the God of contradictions.
Are you sure this is the right hadith?
Very much so.
The messenger
Even
of Allah was standing-
right there it says it, his veil is light. And if it was not for his veil,
So his veil is what?
his veil is light, or in some instances fire. And if it were not for the veil, he would burn creation as so far as his countenance could reach or his eyesight can see. So the veil stops Allah from burning creation. Now, in order for a veil,
And he lifts it. The deeds in the night are taken up to him before the deeds of the day. And the deeds of the day before the deeds of the night, his veil is the light. In the hadith narrated by Abu Bakr, instead of the word light, it is fire. If he withdraws it, the veil, the splendor of his countenance, would consume his creation as far as the sight reaches.
so
Or is it limiting him, or is it's just basically him putting it's like, for example, me creating a door and saying I'm not allowed to go to this door.
okay,
That's basically what it is.
so the door is more powerful than you.
Notice how I can give you an example about the logic behind this hadith, but you can't give me any type of example about how you can create offspring through procession. It's kind of funny, is it not?
Human beings do it by a procreation, and God does it by, yes.
Now, how's it? Give me an example.
You find a lady you like and you marry her and you have kids.
Okay, so
now,
that's offspring, that's
going back very quickly, you mentioned that Allah has a veil, and the veil is so powerful.
It's not powerful, so powerful that you can't do it.
So basically, is the veil weaker than Allah?
It's even saying to you that literally you can. Okay, let me give it to you an analogy where you're simple to
No, hold on. We need to break down what the veil is.
Break down in an analogy so you can understand.
Okay.
It's like, for example, me creating a door and saying I won't pass this door, because if I open this door, right, for example, the whole house will flood.
Now,
And
please help me.
And so look,
In your analogy,
I have the ability to do so.
Okay.
But I decide not to.
Okay.
Is that door now stronger than me?
Okay.
Is that door now like?
A moment, please. So, I agree with you that in your analogy, opening the door is akin to Allah lifting the veil. Do we agree?
Okay.
Okay. Now, while the door is closed and while Allah has the veil on, what's happening there? It's holding back something. While the door is closed, in your analogy, and while Allah's veil is drawn, or is covering his face or whatever you might want to call it, what is occurring?
Huh? One more time.
For the third time, in your analogy,
Okay.
while the door is closed and while Allah's veil is not drawn, what is occurring in both instances? Something is being held back. The thing being held back, is it weaker or stronger than the door or the veil? Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
So Allah's wrath has been held back, right, by this veil. And if this veil is not there, all the light and the fire will be released and it will spread into this fire fast. I can see, right? So from my understanding, it would be stronger than the veil.
But if it was stronger than the veil, then the veil will also be consumed like creation. And if the water was stronger than the door in your analogy, then it would leak through the door. But yes, but in your analogy, for that to happen, you have to open the door, implying that the door is sufficient to block the water, meaning that the door's tensile strength is greater than the force of the water, and the same thing would apply for the veil and Allah's countenance.
What you're basically saying is that the water is uncontrollable, correct? The water is uncontrollable, right?
Whatever the case of the water, it can be made of mercury. The door is stronger than the water.
Just accept the fact that the water is uncontrollable, and the fact that if
whatever the water is, the water can be lava. It doesn't matter. The door's holding it back.
The door is holding it back.
So the door stronger. The door is stronger.
Due to what?
Due to the strength of the door being greater than the force of the water.
Yeah, this is what you're doing is basically.
I am using your analogy, my friends.
Yeah, no, you're using the analogy wrong.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
You're wrong by.
You.
You're wrong by saying the water is uncontrollable. If the water.
I didn't say that. You did.
I did. If you didn't say that the water is uncontrollable.
I didn't say that. You did. So I'm not wrong. You are.
If you say that the water is uncontrollable.
I didn't say that.
Is that not what you were trying to say?
I didn't say that.
Is that not what you're trying to say?
No.
You were trying to say
No.
that?
No.
So when you said
I'm using your analogy to show you that Allah's victory.
When you said that the water could leak through the door,
If,
what were you implying?
If
the door
was weaker. Correct.
So what were you implying?
I'm implying that just like Allah's veil, the thing covering the force is stronger than the force.
So what you're implying is that the water is uncontrollable, and because it's uncontrollable, yes, that is. Because you know what? If it was controlled, for example, if it was a controlled water.
What is controlled water? I don't know what that means. Help me. What's controlled water? Help me.
No need to fix it on the semantics.
Okay.
It's an analogy.
Okay, all right.
Because what I'm trying to say is Allah controls.
I don't know what controlled water is. Help me. Frozen water, maybe?
So what I'm trying to use, right? I'm trying to say, for example, the water would be Allah's wrath, the fire, the light, whatever you would call it.
Yes, I agree.
What I'm basically trying to say is that if it's controlled, then obviously it would not protrude over, it would not open up the door and just flow through or even leak through, because the wrath is controlled. If it's uncontrolled, it would leak through and it would just burst through the door, like you said.
If the water was controlled, why would the door need to be there?
Allahu A'lam, I don't know. The veil's there though.
Okay, so when you ask the question, can Allah make a rock so heavy he can't lift? The answer, according to Islam, is yes.
It is.
Because Allah
That
can
would
make a
contradict-
veil
that would
so
contradict.
powerful
No.
that he can't.
Now you're just superimposing your ideas onto mine.
No, because-
I've quite literally refuted your entire argument.
You-
What you've tried to say is that it literally leaks through the door into the veil, whatever it is, right? And if that was the case, it would spread and it would obviously spread to as far as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can see. And so, what you're trying to do is you're trying to superimpose your ideas of saying, oh, it has to be uncontrolled and it has to be so powerful that it breaks the door if it's weaker than the door. That's basically what you're trying to say. But that isn't the case. You keep going back to it to try and validate your position. That's it. That's basically what you're trying to do.
You've done a terrible job summarizing my argument, but you got close enough. Bottom line, the veil is stronger than Allah, just as the rock is stronger than Allah. If it's weaker than him, he would destroy it.
Huh?
If it's weaker than him, then he will destroy the veil like all creation.
You're basically trying to say that Allah, there's stuff that Allah is weaker than that exists.
Yes, Allah can make things that he's weaker than. Yes.
That summarizes his entire position.
So Allah is contradictory.
You believe, I'll summarize your entire position. You believe Allah can create things that are more powerful than him, right?
Like the veil. And even the chair or the throne, because the throne somehow can hold his weight. So I mean, the chair is stronger than he is.
So you can hold that position.
Does Allah weigh anything? Does Allah weigh anything?
Allah's material. So here's the thing.
So why does he have a throne that's material?
Are you serious?
Is the throne material?
Are you serious?
Is the throne
Are
material?
you serious?
Is the throne
Are you
material?
serious? Are you serious?
Is
I
the
feel like
throne
you're
material?
trolling. Are you trolling? I'm being honest. Are you trolling me?
I'm asking you a question. I assume the throne was material. It's not?
Allah Alam. It has like I think 70k angels. Actually no, that's nah, but I'm not too sure exactly. But,
Why would you pretend like you knew when you have no idea?
what do you mean?
You were like, am I serious? Implying that there was an obvious answer to the throne being material, but you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, are you serious about it? Is that a serious
Okay,
question?
yes.
So you know about it now, yeah? You know if it's immaterial or not.
You didn't answer. You say you didn't
So you know
know.
if it's immaterial or not, if it's immaterial or not.
But you didn't know. So I'm saying it is material, and you don't know. So that means you need to go and find out, not me.
I do need to go and find out, obviously. But then my issue would be is that you believe there's contradictions within the Quran, right? You believe there's contradictions.
Yeah, and I showed you a
You
bunch.
showed me and I refuted you immediately. So
What you didn't refute anything. You responded, but it wasn't a refutation.
you believe.
So, for example,
uncontrolled-
my first my words are missing now. My first contradiction was that Muhammad is a believer and his wives are the Muslims of the believers. How did you refute that?
That's terrible. I told you.
Yeah, but how did you refute it?
Other prophets. You use that against other prophets. For example,
The
Isa
other
alayhi
prophets
salam-
aren't Muslims. Only Muhammad is.
Hypothetically.
The Quran says that Muhammad is the first Muslim,
Hypothetically.
not Isa.
Hypothetically. Let's see now. So hypothetically, let's say Isa alayhi salam was a Muslim. Hypothetically,
That's what the Quran says.
in your reality, let's say he believed in Allah. Okay, how about that? He believed that he submitted his will to
As his
Allah.
father.
You don't use bro, you can superimpose your ideas into Islam. I don't really care, but we're gonna use this hypothetically, okay? So let's just see. Isa alayhi salam, let's see, hypothetically he was Muslim, okay? So would his mothers be the wives of the Prophet?
How many mothers does he have?
Mothers.
Yeah.
One mother.
Okay, so no.
So no, right?
Right.
So he's gotta repeat himself. No, right?
No.
So Isa alayhi salam, his mothers, they wouldn't be.
How many mothers does he have?
One. How many mothers does
Okay.
Muhammad have?
At least 12.
So he has at least 12.
Yes.
And they all give back to him.
His
They all
biological.
give back to him.
Well,
They all give back to him.
you need to tell
They all
me.
give back to him, right?
Well,
They all give back to him, right?
it appears that according to the
They all
Quran.
give back to him, yeah? His wives give back to him now, yeah?
What is that? What the Quran?
You know
Wait,
what, before I
hold
leave-
on.
before I
Wait,
leave,
wait,
please,
brother,
please,
brother.
wait,
One
wait,
second.
wait.
So is that what the Quran means when it says that Muhammad's wives?
You put them to a higher degree of respect. That's what it means.
But
And there's
you
respect
just said that Muhammad's wives gave birth to him, implying
When did I say that? Wallahi, go
You
back.
just said
when
that.
When did I say that? Wallahi, when did I say that? Go back and
You asked me how many mothers he had. I said 12.
If you don't cut this up, right? If you don't cut this up,
I don't cut anything up.
so your followers will see how disingenuous you are. Not
Okay.
one time have I said that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's wives were his mothers. They were
You
not.
just
They were
no.
not. They were his
That's what the
wives.
Quran
They were not.
says. That's what the Quran says. Because Muhammad's a believer.
Mothers of the believers, yeah, al-Mu'mineen, I understand that. Now,
Is
look,
Muhammad a believer?
Muhammad is a believer.
So his wives are his mothers.
So then now didn't you just say if Isa alayhi salam hypothetically was a Muslim, they would not be his mothers, correct?
Yes, because this applies for
it doesn't-
Muhammad.
Oh, it is. It applies only to Muhammad, even though
Because Muhammad is the
hypothetically
first
Isa alayhi
Muslim,
salam-
according to the Quran.
We've already established that. Okay, look. We've already established hypothetically Isa alayhi salam was a Muslim. Hypothetically.
Who comes first? You have hypothetical. Who comes first? Muhammad or
Isa
Jesus?
alayhi salam goes
Okay,
first.
so under his Sharia, the wives of Isa, if he had any, were not the Muslim believers. But this is the case for Muhammad. So it's connected to Muhammad and his believers. Because don't forget, the followers of Isa weren't called believers. They were called Huwairun. So it doesn't count for Isa.
So-
Only Muhammad afterwards.
Wait, what's the word I used? What's the word I used again?
Sorry?
It starts with a H. What is it? What is it? What's it?
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
So
now
your
wait.
argument only works in hypotheticals?
No, just to show you your logic that you're using to apply against Islam.
Yeah, and
So,
I gave you why it doesn't work.
Hypothetically, okay, Isa alayhi salam was Muslim, okay? Right? We agree on that.
Before
We've
Muhammad.
said that. Before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Different Sharia.
So now, once we've established that, do you believe that Isa alayhi salam's ummis would be?
Well, he only had one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Would they be his mothers?
If he was under Muhammad's Sharia, then yes, but he's not. Like I said already.
So
If he's under the Sharia of Muhammad, but he's not.
you believe he's not?
Well, he's clearly not.
So how about the hadith when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says when Isa alayhi salam comes back, you will have no other option but to follow me?
No,
Was that not weird?
that's not what the hadith said.
Wait, was that not
The
implying
hadith
he's
said that's not what the hadith said. The hadith said Muhammad said if Musa was alive, he would have no choice but to follow my Sharia, implying that since Muhammad, according to the Quran, is the first Muslim, then even someone like Musa will be under him, which is blasphemy. But whatever.
That'll be blasphemy. How?
Muhammad cannot compare to Moses in any way. Moses, even in your tradition, is the only one to speak to God face to face. Even Muhammad only. Even Muhammad only. Yes. Look at your.
Burning bush.
Huh?
Burning bush.
Well, according to both the Bible and your tradition, there were moments after the burning bush where Musa spoke to God directly, even after that instance. So Muhammad can in no way compare to Moses. In fact, one of the evidences you guys use to justify the fact that Muhammad is a prophet is that you liken him to Moses. So Muhammad is like Moses. Moses is the archetype, and you guys can only hope that he is like him. But Moses is the guy, and the only one who is like him and exceeds him is Christ.
So you can hold these views, I don't really care, but then do you want to argue about the LPT? Debate about the LPT.
So you've gone for that. Sure, but
I mean, I don't really care. Every argument you bring up to me is kind of terrible. You know? Even if you were, you should at least think of the Islamic dilemma. You know.
But the problem is
terrible one.
But the problem is you haven't actually answered any of them. You've said Allahu Alam like 5 times.
I said Allahu A'lam for things I don't
Thanks,
know.
man.
But what I do know is,
Okay.
for example, when you said the mother one, I said to you that wouldn't apply to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because they would be his wives, so they wouldn't apply to him. They wouldn't actually be his mothers. And then another one, the other question was
The Quran gives me that
veil,
distinction.
The veil. When I said, for example, you can't say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot create something He cannot destroy or He cannot supersede. That's number 2. And then
How's that an answer? It doesn't actually answer the problem.
but you can go to the one, you can go to the video after they all recorded it. Just go back and see my answer. Very simple. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
But
If I'm
is
right,
the
I'm right.
answer? Does the answer deal with the issue?
So look, I have a question for you. Do you believe every attribute of God is essential?
So, for example, if I reply to you, Allahu Alam for this, would that be a refutation?
Brother, when I don't know things, then I say Allahu A'lam. I don't know.
Okay.
I admit to it. I'm
All
being
right.
genuine.
Let me humor you. Let me humor you. I affirm divine simplicity. So there's only one acting God.
You found absolute divine simplicity, ADS, right?
DS.
DS.
Yes.
Divine simplicity.
Yeah.
So at least you're not like the one that affirm ADS. So you believe that you can have internal distinctions, correct, between the sons, right?
Sorry?
Between the persons, my bad. The persons.
You can have what?
Internal distinctions between the persons.
There's distinctions, period. Sure. Yes.
Yeah, so it will be internal distinctions in God. It will be internal distinctions. So when it comes to these internal distinctions, they're distinct through what? Relational attributes, correct?
That's one way. Sure.
One way, sure. So these relational attributes would be, for example, eternally begotten, unbegotten, and proceeds forth, right? So these are unique to each person.
Well,
right?
spiration is what you're referring to for the spirits, for sure.
So then they would be unique to each person, correct?
Sure.
So if they're unique to each person, do you believe that they're essential to each person? Are they hypostatically essential?
Yes, for the person.
They're essential to the persons, right?
Yes.
So what you just outlined is how it's three different essences, because it's a unique relational attribute that is essential to each person. And by definition, essence means a set of essential attributes that make up something's identity, correct?
No. The essence is the very existence or being of a thing. It is, here's the problem, right? You're taking
essence, right?
You're taking this from, yes.
I don't want to play semantics game.
You're taking this from Libiano, and when he comes here, hopefully I can debate him about this. The essence is simply the being, the ontology of a thing. The essence can be described, but the essence isn't just a bunch of descriptions. It is the very being of a thing.
The intrinsic nature or indispensable qualities of something, especially something abstract which determines its character. So if I reword what it's saying here so you can simply understand it, it will be the essential attributes that make up something's identity. Do you disagree or agree?
If you look at a scholastic dictionary, my friend, essence just means being, my guy. Come on. Come on, man. If you think about it, Allah just isn't a bunch of descriptions. That's also what Allah is, right? He's more than that.
Element, qualities, or aspect of a thing or a person. I mean, I kind of see the definition I laid out here.
Essence is being, and that's my definition. If you want to refute that, go ahead.
Here's the thing: you can superimpose your Trinitarian definitions. I don't really care.
It's not Trinitarian because, for example, even if I was an atheist, a rock has an essence. It has being. It has ontology. So does a dog.
So an essence would be ontology or being.
Yes, and it isn't just a case of, yes, an essence can be described, absolutely. But an essence itself...
How many beings in the person?
Sorry?
How many beings in the person?
Read the Trinity. Yeah. It would be a singular being with three persons.
Huh?
A singular being, a singular essence.
Singular being?
A singular being and a singular essence. And three persons are directly sharing in this single essence. So when you say that the essence is simply a set of essential properties, and then you try to conflate essential properties relating to the essence with hypostatically essential properties and claim that the two of them mean the same thing, therefore there are three gods, you and Libiano are both wrong.
That wouldn't be the argument I'm presenting.
That is what you said.
The hypostatic attributes, if they are unique and essential to each person, then that means it's three different essences. Because a unique essential attribute.
But I just repeated what you said. And I'm trying to tell you, so okay, relational attributes does not equal essence.
I've already understood that because they were hypostatic attributes that are in between, create a distinction between the persons.
Awesome.
I understand that.
So, because there are qualities, hypostatically, that are essential because without them, you cannot distinguish between the persons, that does in no way entail that there are multiple beings in the Trinity. So only persons.
It's essential. It's an essential relation.
It's essential to the person.
It's essential to the person.
But these are not also directly essential to the essence. For example, if I ask you a question, is it essential to the essence that it is begotten? What would you say?
I would say, I don't know. I'm not
no.
I'm not
the answer will be no. Because that is an essential quality for a person, not the essence.
Are the persons identical to the essence? Are the persons identical to the essence?
Yes. Materially, for example. Wait, come back. No. Come back and learn this one part. Come back. All right, cool. All right. So, last point. Are the persons essential? Are the persons identical to the essence of God? Yes, they are, in a certain sense. And that sense will be materially. So they are composed of the same stuff, if you will, the persons and the essence. That, however, does not entail that, like I asked him before, is it essential to the essence of God that the essence is spirated? No. That is a quality that is essential to the person of the Holy Spirit. Now, just because relationally the Holy Spirit spirates, that doesn't then mean that because he is equal to the essence spirates. He is equal to the essence in that him and the essence are made of the same stuff, to simplify it. But, you know, the guy tried, but three main things that I want to point out. Number one, Allah is contradictory in that he can make a veil so heavy, a veil so powerful that he cannot permeate. And even he admitted that and had to throw the Allahu Alam card, which is not a refutation. That's a concession. Yes. Number two, the Quran contains many contradictions, one such being the fact that the Quran claims that Muhammad and that Muhammad's wives are the mothers of the believers. And Muhammad himself, being characterized as a believer, would also then have to have his wives be his mother, which according to Surah 4:23 and 24 is haram, because you cannot marry your mother. Contradiction. Then last point, he brought up the LPT. It's a long-winded series of argumentations that try to claim that the Trinity itself is logically incoherent. And all they can do is misunderstand how we characterize the Trinity and repeat Libiano's tight argumentations, which I already refuted. He tried, but bottom line, John ran. Paper Boy Muslim ran. I forgot his name. I think his name's Bilal. He ran too. John wouldn't even debate me. So shout out to the Somali brother for actually debating me. He's braver than John. John's a coward. I have never spoken to John before. I literally haven't. So he has no reason yet to be repulsed by me, apart from the fact that Allah has given him a spirit of fear.
Yes, that's right. Well done, big day.
Pray for the Somali brother. Pray for Bilal. He is lost. And pray for John stop being a coward. Amen. All right. No worries. Thank you all.